Hey, Amy Robinson here, riding with Amy. Welcome back. This is part 3 of Joseph and the Coat of Many Colors. If you were here with us for part 2, we had gotten to the section where he had been taken to Egypt, sold into slavery, gone into Potiphar's house, was doing pretty well. Potiphar's wife lied on him, and it got Joseph thrown into prison. So we pretty much left off there. So what has become of Joseph? Well, after Joseph was thrown into prison, just as he had done in Potiphar's house, he stayed true to who he was. He was faithful, he was hardworking, he was an honorable man, okay? And that's even though he was imprisoned unfairly. He still was the person that he was. And I mean, I don't know what I would do. Even in prison, the Lord was with Joseph. He showed him favor in spite of the horrible place that he was in. And the jailer in the prison, he found favor with him just like he did in Potiphar's house. The jailer gave him run of the prison. He was in charge of all the other prisoners. And the jailer completely trusted him, just like Potiphar did. So, there's never quite a dull moment with our guy Joseph. So what happens next is while Joseph is in prison, the butler and the baker for Pharaoh, they make Pharaoh really, really, really angry. I mean, so angry, he throws them into prison. So I'm not really sure what they did, but obviously Pharaoh was not having it. So he threw them into prison. So while they're in prison, they start having these crazy dreams. And Joseph overhears their dreams, and he's like, I can interpret your dreams for you. So I think it's amazing that Joseph is always serving God. He's always helping people. In the midst of having his own problems, he's still trying to help the baker and the butler. And he could have said, I got my own problems to deal with. I ain't worried about your problems. But he still was helpful. He still was nice to people. So he says, okay, I can interpret your dreams. So the dreams went like this. The butler had a dream where there were 3 branches and they grew clusters of ripe grapes. So he presses the grapes and he pours the pressed grapes into Pharaoh's cup and places the cup in Pharaoh's hand. Joseph says, okay, yeah, I can tell you what your dream means. It means in 3 days, Pharaoh's going to come get you, and he's going to take you and restore you to your position of butler. So you're going to have your job back. Okay, and the baker was like, kind of like that. That sounds good. So the butler's like, okay, thank you so much. And, is there anything I can do for you? Joseph's like, hey, all I need you to do is remember me when you get out of here, okay? When you get out of here, tell Pharaoh that I have been stolen from my land. I have done nothing wrong, and now I'm a slave, and I need to be let go. Send me home to my daddy. That's all I need you to do. Just tell him about me. Don't forget about me. The butler's like, yeah, I got you. So now the baker, the baker heard the butler story, and he's like, oh, give me some of that. So he's like, okay, well, can you tell me about my dream? Joseph's like, sure, tell me your dream, and I can tell you what it means. Okay, so the baker starts telling the story, and he says that he has 3 white baskets on top of his head, and they're filled with baked meats for Pharaoh. Now, the birds come, and they pick all the meat. They eat all the meat off of his head. He's like, well, what does my dream mean? And Joseph is like, yeah, I can tell you what your dream means. He says, so in those same 3 days, Pharaoh's going to come get you too. But when he comes and gets you, he's going to hang you, and the birds are going to eat of your flesh. Baker was like, it's not what you told the butler. So obviously the baker is not very happy with the interpretation of his dream from Joseph. So he's like, I don't know what you're talking about anyway. So I'm sure he tries to blow it off. But on the third day, which actually was Pharaoh's birthday, Pharaoh had a huge feast and he invited all the servants, even the baker and the butler from prison. So he brings them up. Remember, we're on 3 days. During the celebration, Pharaoh did just as Joseph said. He restored the butler to his position and he hung the baker. So everything happened just like Joseph said. Butler's back to his position, but he forgets all about Joseph. So Joseph is stuck in prison. Joseph is doing all the things that he's supposed to do. You know, he's being nice to people. He's taking care of people. You know, even though he's in a bad situation, in a bad spot, you know, he's still doing the right things, and things are just not working out for Joseph. So I don't know what I would do in the situation, but we're going to find out what will come of Joseph, what's going to happen to him, if the butler will ever remember him. So if you want to hear what else happens to Joseph, make sure to tune in for part 4. Thanks for coming. This has been Riding with Amy. See you soon.